Hi, I'm Alex and I, the Science Guy, and this is Miss Dale. And today we're going to be talking to you about DNA. So DNA is really important. It's like the blueprint to our bodies. It determines where our arms and legs are going to be on our bodies, makes sure they're in the right place, makes sure that all our bones and muscles are in the right place. It can even determine how tall we are, what our hair color is, and what our eye color is. And today we're actually going to be showing you some DNA in this banana. So we're going to be doing a little experiment, and you only need a few simple things. You need some hot water, about a half a cup. You need something to stir your DNA with. You need a glass of some kind, just so that you can pour everything into it and actually extract your DNA. You need a banana. You're only going to use half this banana, but you can also use different fruits, strawberries, blackberries, blueberries. But for this banana, we're going to be using about half of it, and the riper, the better. You need some just regular table salt, some dish soap, a coffee filter, and a plastic bag, about quart size. And that's all you need to get started. So from here on out, we're going to be showing you how to extract DNA from fruit. Another important part of this experiment is that we need isopropyl alcohol, or rubbing alcohol. And we want this to be very cold. So we've actually gone ahead and put our 70% isopropyl alcohol in the freezer. You want to keep it in the freezer for at least 15 minutes before we go ahead and start this experiment. So since DNA is inside all of our cells, what we need to do with the half a banana is actually break down the cells. And we can do that by smashing it up inside our plastic bag. So we've taken one half of this banana, and Miss Sarah has kindly smashed this up for us to release the DNA from the cells, as well as all of the other cell parts. So the next thing we need to do is isolate the DNA and make sure that's the only thing we have left. So the next step of our process is to take our half cup of warm water, and we're gonna add 1 teaspoon of salt to this, and then we're gonna add that whole mixture into our bag with our smashed up banana. So Miss Sarah's gonna do that for us now. Miss Dale. Very good. We'll give that a little mix. We're gonna pour it into our bag with our banana mash. Make sure all the salt gets in there. And then we're gonna mix that up a little bit. We're gonna seal that up. And we wanna get rid of all of the clumps in our banana. So the next thing we want to do, now that we have our hot water, salt, and banana all mixed together, is we're going to add a half a teaspoon of dish soap to this mix. Now that might seem a little bit weird, but you may know that dish soap cuts through grease really well, right? That's why we use it. And there are fats within our cells that this dish soap is actually going to help us break down and remove from the rest of the DNA. So Ms. Dale, if you want to go ahead, put a half a teaspoon of dish soap into our little half teaspoon there. Perfect. That's gonna go in our bag, the rest of it. And then we're gonna give that a little bit of a mix. We don't wanna mix it too hard though. We don't want a lot of bubbles coming up. Some bubbles are gonna happen just because it's soap, but we don't wanna mix it so vigorously that a lot of bubbles start forming. Just like that. Okay, so what we've done here is we've taken our glass, we put a coffee filter inside of it, and we just put a rubber band around it to keep it in place. So what we're gonna do here is pour our banana, salt, water, and soap mixture into the coffee filter and let all of the liquid drain down into the glass. So we don't want any of the rest of the chunks of banana that are left in there, and we don't want anything left that's gonna be left over. So as you can see, it's starting to pour through the coffee filter pretty well here. And that's the stuff we want. So we've gone ahead and filtered our mixture here until we basically didn't have any more liquid pouring down into the glass. And the last step of this is going to be taking our isopropyl alcohol from the freezer, and we're going to pour it on top of this, this mixture that we have here. So we're going to unscrew the cap, And we're gonna pour this slowly down the side. And we want it to cover this banana mixture by about 1 to 2 inches. So we have a little bit of coverage there, and we can actually already start to see some DNA forming. So if we look at this layer in between the banana mixture and the alcohol, there's some tiny strands of white material there. That's our DNA, and we're gonna get more of this forming over the next 5 to 10 minutes. It's just gonna sort of pop up on this interface in between our banana layer and our alcohol layer, and we can actually stir it up with our stirring rod once it all starts to form. So we've gone ahead and let this sit for about 5 or 10 minutes, and as you can see, a layer of DNA has started to form. And we can stir it up here so you can see these white pieces floating in the alcohol. And this is the DNA all kind of stuck together. And this is the blueprint to our banana here. This is what makes up the blueprint to our bodies. So go ahead and give this experiment a try. It's a lot of fun, and I think you'll really get something out of it.